Right, this is Standard 3 mentor interview.
Okay, I graded you for collaboration for safe, positive learning climate. I graded you proficient because I feel like during the whole lesson you were able to, the respect was there between you and the kids weren't at each other or anything like that. And so, and then, I mean, you promoted that environment, so therefore the families are not,
Well, did I tell you I also wanted to do an end of week newsletter so that way we can kind of cover that with
Yes, we can do that.
Because I thought that way we can tell them like what worked this week and maybe what's something at home they can work on to help improve the learning climate.
Okay, we can do it. We can figure something out for that.
Okay, because that's what I was thinking ahead.
Perfect.
And
okay.
The way it's like, did I tell her?
We also have to. They would like us to have them do things over the break, so we can assign that we can have like they can do Reading Plus. We can assign something. Nothing much because it's Thanksgiving break and I want them to have a break. But like so we can do something with that as well. Yeah. I had an idea for something else. I forgot what it was, but
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that can be. But I think that's a great idea to do something like that to involve the parents in that. For student-centered classrooms, I gave you a basic on that just because it was more. I was kind of confused on what this one was kind of going for. There wasn't a lot of peer-to-peer interaction, so I thought maybe that's why there wasn't that. And so, but there was discussion between you and the kids, and so you were discussing it actively. Okay. Does that make sense? It didn't fit all of that standard.
It does make sense, and I guess for me, I was thinking the student-centered classroom was just making sure that their needs were perked first, and that whatever we did, the lesson was tailored to their interests.
Yes.
And I guess I thought that the game kind of fulfilled that. I didn't know to what extent. So, okay. But that's at least what I had been thinking.
Yeah, because it says the students collaborating with each other, so I don't think they were collaborating with each other. Oh. I think it's half of it, but the other half you had down. Is that the candidate becomes a co-learner.
They kind of did in the discussion.
It wasn't meaningful, I guess, because that's one thing where, as a school, that's one. And you heard our discussion with with Miss Cassio. Like that's one thing we need to work on as a school is that meaningful student-to-student interaction and having them, having it timed, having them giving specific roles and stuff like that. That's kind of what CSUSA looks for anyway.
Okay.
But I think you hit that last half of it where it talks about the candidate becomes a co-learner who facilitates discussions and activities and engage students learning. So you had that. I feel like you had that down.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I don't know what to grade you on that one, but basically because there wasn't the student-to-student really interaction, there's more interaction with you, so to speak.
Okay, that makes sense.
And managing the learning environment, I can't decide if I want to give you basic or proficient on this one because I think the classroom was really well managed. It was well managed. There wasn't any behavioral issues. The kids knew what to do, but there was the timing of different things. So it's like you did it and I started doing it in the last class. Like, should I give them time? And you gave them 30 minutes to do it.
Okay.
And so just having them, you have 10 minutes, or even timing myself. Sometimes I have to do. Like, I had 10 minutes to get through this. I set a timer. Use my timer, and you use it in other different instances.
Okay.
So using that to help it run smoothly. In order for it to be more effective for the kids as well, because I know, I have 20 minutes, I have to get this done in 20 minutes.
Right.
That just helps you and helps the kids as well.
Okay.
I gave you proficient on verbal and nonverbal communications. I mean, you were talking with the kids. If you saw any off-task behavior, you kind of addressed that because you were walking around the room while they're doing independent practice. So you kind of gave those verbal or nonverbal cues if they needed it.
Okay.
And I gave you outstanding on the use of interactive technologies because you took the game and you actually went and researched it and played all the things. You're like, this case is phenomenal. You can do this, this, and this, and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
You knew how to use it, and the kids really enjoyed it, and it was also really interactive, and it was cross-curricular. And so because it was all kind of put into interactive technology and it was an interactive game, I felt like it kind of spelled out this course of standard here. So I think you did a really good job with that. And then you had them also do the written portion of it after they had played it a couple times. Okay, now pick a case, and I want you to write your.
Well, that was kind of your suggestion.
That's okay. That's but you took it. You said okay, and then you did it, right?
True.
And then the only besides the timing thing, we already talked about it too because you did in the second class. You asked more of the why questions in the second class, where the first class you just kind of asked the surface level questions. I mean, there were a few deeper questions in there,
right?
But really promoting that higher level thinking or higher order thinking questions. There's this. I want to get it every time I go. It's this cube thing, and it's at the school box, and it's like a giant dice. There's 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
And it has like higher order thinking questions on it. You flip it and then it twists and then
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I don't want to spend $10 on a stupid fluffy dice. But it's really cool. One thing, I went through the gifted certification last year, and it was called Scamper or something. I forgot what it was. I have to look it up. But it had Scamper questions. And so, like, finding some generic questions online to ask and, like, planning those in your lessons will be really beneficial to the kids, because then they think of it a little bit deeper. But it also depends on your kids, and you can differentiate based on that.
Right.
But overall, I thought you did a really good job. I mean, the game was very engaging. All the kids were engaged, and they really, I mean, we had Jalen asking, you weren't in homeroom, and homeroom this morning, Jalen was like, can I play Argument
Well,
Wars?
I kept hearing him today.
And I was like, Jalen, no, you have to Reading Plus. But in homeroom, I was like, sure, because he's like, I want to do it. It was so much fun yesterday. And they were learning, because it was exactly what we wanted to talk about, with evaluating the arguments and everything. And I wish I had that thing last year, because it would have been so much fun for those kids last year. But yeah, that's all I had. So,
All right. Well, cool. Thank you.